The goal is not to just fill out paperwork and pay the fees. It's to get that citizenship, to never worry anymore about who's coming to the door, how am I going to get in trouble, are my kids going to get in trouble, who's going to get removed. The goal is to get your citizenship, get it now, get as fast as you can, and live free of any stress, any anxiety, any pain.
Hi, I'm Carleen Punancy, and today I'm here with my husband, Edmund Cosentino. We have an immigration law practice together. We started this practice 35 years ago because we wanted to help the community and to help people with their immigration problems. My family's Indian, but I was born in Jamaica, and I came here as an immigrant. So I know what it's like to go through the immigration process. I can tell you how he feels about the practice and what it's been like to represent people in court and to be a part of the immigration process.
I had no idea how amazing this journey was going to be. It started off where I was a stockbroker. I got a master's in finance and worked in a portfolio department, always doing money and investments. But the day I showed up and the police were everywhere and the owners were being indicted for fraud, and that was the end of my job. And I said, okay, where can I get a job? And the first place I thought would look pretty good was a place called Lutheran Ministries of Florida, a church-run group helping people, mostly Haitians and Cubans, who had come into the United States without proper documentation. I went there for an interview, and you would never believe who actually interviewed me. My wife. She was the legal director of this group, of tight-knit group of professionals that just loved helping people, sparing them the pain and agony of deportation. Do work that saves lives, like a doctor, really.
You forgot an important part.
Yeah.
Was it love at first sight?
It was love at first sight.
There, that's what I wanted to hear. So yeah, it was my dad died when I was very young. My mom was a permanent resident, and she brought everybody over one by one. I think we got our residence when we were 15 or so. We have seen political asylum cases, adjustment of status. We've seen VAWAs. We've seen domestic violence. We've seen people with criminal records. We've seen all kinds of situations. But one of the things that's very important to me is that people get a second chance of their immigration status. And even when they make a mistake in their lives, that they have a second chance. Even when there's no hope and people feel like, I have no hope. What am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do for my children? What can I tell my children? My children are growing up here in the United States. One day I have to tell them that they have no status because I brought them over when they were young and they have no status. One of the most heartbreaking things for me is when the kids are finished with high school and they need to go to college and they can't go to college because they have no status. That's so difficult. Or when they finish college and then they're not able to find a job because they don't have a work permit. And we work hard for those families and we try to make it better for them because I believe in hope and I want to give them hope. When we see families like single moms who are working hard, 3-4 jobs to maintain the family, and then they get their permanent residence and then they can move on and get a better job, or they can travel to visit a mom that they haven't seen for many years. I was talking to one of our clients, Alex, and he was telling me, thank God I was able to go back to Honduras. My dad passed away when I was able to go back and bury him. Those things are so important to people. I'm happy that we can make a difference.
You've helped people in their asylum cases or whatever the case was, and quite frequently they'll come into the office many years later and they have their children with them. We remember the children before they were born, when they were little, and now they've graduated from college and even from law school. That's an amazing track,
Yes.
Even from law school. And over the years, we've hired some of them as interns. They worked with us while they're in college, and that's one happy family. And that's the goal of all of this. I know my wife has done so much to help people in that field. And we work with a group of people here in this office, just across the street from University of Miami. And they cry every day. Someone's crying, someone's laughing, crying with happiness or laughing, or we get all kinds of news here. It really is a family law firm. And I'm very grateful for the time that we have right now to tell you a little bit about our background.